Hey guys, if you're struggling in the jungle and you want one-on-one coaching, check out my Patreon in the description below. Patrons will also receive a shout out at the end of every video and access to exclusive content. If you like my content, subscribe and like the video, it helps a lot. What's up guys? I'm back with another video. And one of the questions I got asked in my previous couple videos was like how to play from behind, because my previous Lillia solo queue guide, it was when I was playing from ahead. So this game, I'm going to show you what to do when you get cheesed early game and you just feel bad. So right here, my Kaisa just burned flash from this invade, and then my Syndra walks up and, she burns flash too. This is very bad for you when you're playing Lillia. So because I saw them invade, I just walked through their wolves and I warded it at 105. And what this lets me do is I will see the enemy jungler at wolves if he starts blue buff. And then that way I can track him for the rest of the game. So I decide, I probably could start blue buff and path top. It would be safer maybe. But I'm assuming that Blitzcrank Kaisa are going to be able to cover me on my blue buff. So I'm pathing bot to them because I feel safe. I just solo red buff. I didn't do a great job of kiting it, but you want to kite it as much as you can. You want to save your smite for the Krugs after I do the red buff. If you smite the big Krug, you can almost one-shot the Krugs. If you kite it correctly, you can only get auto-typed once by the Krug. I got auto-typed twice this time. It wasn't perfect, but regardless. So now, we're just going to do our full clear. I have my eyes on the map. Here I ping the Raptors because I haven't seen him on Wolves yet. Maybe he's starting red buff, then he would be doing red buff Krugs and then Raptors, so I ping Raptors. And then I keep looking, making sure. And now, once you've seen this, so he still didn't show on Wolves that entire time. And I placed that ward pretty late. That means he's bot lane. Yeah, as you can see, he shows up bot lane here. Either he pathed from Raptors, red to Krugs and bot lane, or he just decided to gank bot lane. So now I'm pretty scared because my bot lane died because they burned flash level 1. And now I'm doing this against an Echo, and Echo is one-shots camps pretty much. You can't beat an Echo in a smite fight. So I'm pretty tilted here. My Blitzcrank also dies, so now I have to leave this blue buff. Like, I kind of greed it, I want to do it, but no, I can't. Well, I'm gonna lose my flash. I'm gonna lose my flash for that. So now I type in the chat because I'm tilted. But I did the right thing, right? When this happens to you, just like honestly, you should not try to do that blue buff. You should instantly recall. Get to a safe place and recall. So what I did, I did kind of greed for the blue buff, but I did recall really fast. So you see my camps are still on a timer, right? I'm being a little brat in chat, but I deafen everyone and I'm just like, okay, focus up, I'm gonna carry this game. If you're getting tilted by chat, the best thing to do, either turn off chat, or as soon as you get tilted, just deafen. I go check this scuttle. I have time. Echo took the scuttle. I'm gonna pause the game. You see, so we know that Echo did Rugs, Raptors red buff into bot gank, into taking my Gromp. So he reset at the same time as me, and he just ran straight to the scuttle and one-shot it. Probably because he had boots or something. Like, he was really fast. So I know that he just took it because I saw the animation of it dying, which means that he's gonna go now to his bot side, or his top side. His Gromp is blue and his wolves. And you gotta remember, all 3 of these camps are level 1, right? So I could be upset about the way things happened, but he killed my Gromp, which put it on a timer. So I'm gonna get all 4 of these camps spawning, right? But they're all going to be leveled up. He was a bit late, right? So even though he, they killed my bot lane, and he got my Gromp, which was level 1. Now he has to do a level 1 Gromp, level 1 blue, and a level 1 wolves before going to his leveled up camps. And these camps are going to be level 3. I'm going to do my Krugs and my Raptors, which are level 3. And then by the time that my wolves and my Gromp spawn, they're gonna be level 4. Which means that I'm like, if I just am allowed to clear these camps for free, I already have a huge XP advantage. So even though it looked bad that I got invaded and my camp stolen, if you recall and you have good tempo and you're spawning camps, you can create an advantage for yourself. I hope that makes sense. It's a lot to take in, but if you start understanding this stuff, it's really good. And just remember, you're playing Lillia, there's not much you can do, especially in a game like this. You know, you have a Syndra mid, which is some CC, but she lost her flash. Not a lot of kill pressure. And you're bot lane. Yeah, I look here, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do something, but you also have to think Echo is probably going to be there as well. So the best thing for me is just to farm. So I do my wolves, do my Grom, and I see that someone hit that vision plant, and I'm assuming it was just the Thresh. Echo is probably doing his camp, right? So he just finished his top side, so now he's on his bot side camps. And here I see, like, I realized that he didn't actually take my blue. So he must have insta-recalled to be able to take that scuttle from me, which is like, doesn't really bother me. Good for me to get this blue. And now I'm level 5, and I see, so my bot lane is beginning fucked. I know, see, I'll pause right here. I know that Echo is bot lane because we saw him do the scuttle top lane, and we knew all of his camps were up. So obviously he would path straight from top lane to bot lane. And if he was pathing and if he was clearing at the same speed as me, we both did 5 camps. So that means he's probably somewhere around here, which means that they could go for a dive because they already killed Blitzcrank, so she's alone under tower. So you can see, I showed a little bit early maybe, but I just didn't want him to die. A lot of damage. They're still looking for something here. Yeah, so we did the correct play. We protected, like, this was like 2 waves of minions for Akaisa. And then they go for a play which was completely illegal. And I don't know why they did that, but they gave us the chance to get back in the game. So I killed them, and I also take this wave. It's really important. When both waves are even on this side of the lane, whichever side it is on, that is where it'll push into the other tower. So if it makes sense, if you think about it, right? So if both waves are even on this side, our wave, which is right here coming out of base, will arrive before the enemy wave, which means that our wave will hit their minions and kill them before their wave gets there, which means there will be a discrepancy in the amount of minions, and then it'll eventually push a ton of minions of ours into their tower, and they can freeze it or they can kill our lane. Especially they've been fighting so much, if they don't have flashes, they could get ganked or killed really easily. So I want to instantly shove this wave so it crashes in this tower, and then the next wave will either be on their side, which means they push it into us, and which is fine because then they can stack the wave, and our laners, like our bot lane, can just wait for the wave to come into the tower. They won't lose too many minions. Or that only happens if this wave takes too long to die to the tower. If the wave dies to the tower before their wave gets there, now the next waves will be even, which means it's just an even lane state. So we do that for our bot lane. And here, you can't see it because my camera is a little bit too big. I have 1900 gold, right? So because that play took a while, my camps are already spawned topside. And usually you would recall with 1900 gold, but I did the scuttle and I looked, oh, Rod of Ages is 2300 gold, which means that I only need 300 gold to get Rod of Ages at like 8 minutes. So what I do is I make the decision to just do my top camps and then recall. And it's a little risky, so I put down a ward to cover myself right there. Do my Raptors, do my red, and I do my Krugs, and then I recall, and I have Rod of Ages at 8 minutes and 15 seconds? Which, if you don't know what Rod of Ages does, after 10 minutes, I'm gonna get an extra level for free. And I'm already way ahead of this Echo. So he cheeses Dragon here. But when you're playing Lillia, don't sweat it. Like, you do not care about the first Dragon. You can take the first Dragon if it's very free, but you should never be going out of your way to do Dragon. A much better strategy for Lillia is to, when you can, if you're around an objective, put a pink ward or a normal ward on the objective and just keep farming. That way you can wait for the enemy team. If they do the objective, you can choose to fight or not. When you're level 6, you can fight a lot of objectives, but here, like, I don't care that they took Dragon because I know that I'm doing all my camps. And I'm getting a lot of XP individually. And I know now that Echo, because he did that dragon, he didn't do his bot side camps because he had to give up the tempo. Okay, here, I was assuming, and I did it again. I forgot about this. Like, you would assume that he would be doing his camps because he just did an objective, which takes a little bit of time. But no, this guy's doing a boss rush. And just goes, he recalls after dragon and runs straight to Herald without doing a single one of his camps. So I was assuming that I would get the Herald for free, but then this guy's just here. Obviously, he's not going to beat me because I have my mythic. So I just kind of forced his ult. I was hoping this would work out better for me. He got away, but you know, I got him out of the. I've got him pretty much got him to recall. Every time you do an objective like this one, right? I'm doing this objective. I know that Echo recalled, so I know I get this objective for free. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the map and see what I can do after the objective before I finish it, so that I don't waste any time after I finish it. And I saw that their blue buff was spawning in like 20 seconds. So I knew this whole time that I would try to take their blue buff after doing the Herald. Now it's a little risky because Singe just shoved the top lane. So if Singe comes, I have to leave. But if Singe doesn't come, I could potentially take even more camps. But since he comes and I don't know where Echo is, I just run away. And I think it turns out that Echo wasn't even there, but if I would have stayed, I could have died. And dying is the worst thing you can do. So I just go to back to my camps. It's not like I lost that much time. I Krugs my Raptors. And then I go to this Scuttle first to deny it from Echo. Because I do that, I think I can now... So I did my Krug and my Raptors. My Wolves weren't spawned yet, but my Gromp was spawned, so it's actually pretty good for me to do this Scuttle. And then I skip my blue buff. I just kill it for move speed. And then I do my Wolves and then Gromp. Because that way, on my next camp respawn timer, I'll be able to do all 4 camps in a row without any downtime. So I sacrificed a little bit of time to set up the next timer. So when you do that, you want to skip your camp. So I'm skipping my blue buff so that next time when I kill wolves, the Gromp will be spawned when I get to it and I don't have to wait. And then I do the blue. And I look bot lane because I see that they're pressuring. But I'm just recalling. I'm only here if they dive. So I built towards my demonic. I've been trying Rod of Ages into demonic a lot and it feels really good. If you are wondering what to build right now, most games you can go Rod of Ages, demonic, and then you go plated steel caps most games, unless the enemy team has a lot of CC. Yeah, if they have a lot of CC, you can go Marquez, but plated steel caps are really strong. So here, let me just go back a little bit, right? So here, normally I would go to my top camps and path down, but I see the dragon spawning soon, and I feel like my bot lane is about to get like dove or something. So it's like you can see the way the enemy bot lane is posturing. So I think there's a fight coming up, and I know that I'm the strongest like player in the game. So I just decided to go over this wall. I was hoping I would catch Echo there because I think we just win the fight straight up. And then they just end up fighting and trading, which is fine. You don't want to use your flash in a situation like this. Like, I could have flashed to try to kill the Kaisa, but that would have been a waste of my flash. I can always use it to get a flash ult. Here I just ult to guarantee this kill. You don't have to save your ult alone, but save your flash, because your flash can always be used for a huge play. In this play, you could already tell by the time Kaisa died, the play was over because they can never kill me. And then I just get a free dragon. I drop the Herald because it's almost 14 minutes. So I just get 2 plates from the Herald. And I get this dragon. And then because that play took forever, all 4 of my camps are spawned, so I can just path up, right? I get the dragon, and then I go to my Gromp. I recall for the Demonic Embrace Power Spike, because if you look at the map, after I did my Gromp, I realized that I could buy Demonic. And I saw that Herald is now spawning in 130. because I have 2 items, when you have raw demonic, you are extremely strong. What I do is I recall and just set up the herald play. So if you look at the chat here, I killed the dragon, I took my Gromp, and then like 15 seconds later I spam ping the herald because that's what I want to play for. So let your team know what you want to play for. And if you recall, so I recalled at like 140 before herald spawned. And if you're wondering how to get these timers on your map, you should get some type of timing app. There's like blitz.gg is what I use. So I go to my wolves and I finish the pathing that I was doing. When you're on the map with 130 to the objective on Lillia, like, and on a lot of champions, you can clear. You should always catch, if there's a midwave here dying and there's nobody to catch it, because I saw my single TP bot, I'll just catch the midwave, because why not? 3 XP. Do my raptors, and then I just put a pink on the objective. Still 45 seconds, so I mean, I could have just kept clearing, but I just like to have a pink on the objective. And then I do my red, and then I see there's another wave mid, so of course I'm gonna take it. I don't want this to just die to nothing. And now I see, you know, close to 11, so I will finish my clear. I'll do my Krugs. I was thinking about catching the top wave, but the team is looking for something, so I want to show up. But yeah, I kind of just walk at them here because I was very confident, but I got echoed. This is probably my worst play of the game. Like, yeah, no excuses for that one. Yeah, go plated steel caps, even though they have an AP jungler, just because there's not much CC for me to deal with. And now, if you notice, right, Herald is still up, but I did not go to Herald. Why? Because camps matter a lot more to me than Herald does. Especially second Herald, like, sure, it's nice to get, but I'd rather do my camps first, and then I just get a huge movement speed boost. I see this Lucian is griefing. Of course, I'll skip my camps to get a free kill. I hit this and sleep him because I know my team can follow up. And yeah, this is pretty much how you play Lillia, right? Like, you just take advantage of opportunities. You don't try to force anything. If the enemy team is doing something stupid, you can punish. But if they're not, you just do your camps. And there's definitely games where you'll lose because your team just is dying too much. So even though you're farming and doing well, you might start getting like invaded by their whole team. But this game, even though my team lost early game and they like fucked me over, I just stayed calm, kept farming, and then they made one mistake and I took over the game. Just be as consistent as you can, and that's how you climb, pretty much. Like, you know, you want to be the most consistent person in the team. You want to be the most consistent person in the game every game. Because if you are, you will win. Every now and then you'll win that game that you should have lost. And that is how you truly climb. I think I told this. At this point in the game, I was just kind of, I was just fighting to fight a little bit. Yeah, that flash was really bad. So yeah. After this, I'm like, okay, I should stop dying. Yeah, since they did have double AP, like, or they have double AP? Oh, yeah, they have Singed Echo. I go Force of Nature as my third item. If you need magic resist, go Force of Nature instead of going Merc Treads. Merc Treads does not give you that much magic resist. It gives you tenacity. I want you guys to remember that. Merc Treads is for stuns. Not for magic resist. Unless the enemy team is full magic damage, then you can do it for the magic resist, but that should not be the main reason. Here, I just keep my tempo up, I keep farming. At this point now, I'm just super strong, like I'm so far ahead. And I just try to show up to every fight at this point. I don't know, my team was my team was still losing. It's just important for you, like if your team loses a fight, try to not die, because you can use the downtime to just farm waves and farm camps. here I'm just like, I'm like pretending to chase them so that the recall is delayed. And here, you can't see it, but their turret is pretty low top, so just rolled it. And this guy is not happy about it. The enemy team just got punished for trying to greed for me. So I'm just very hard to kill. So now here, something you should notice, if you ever take a team fight, this might seem obvious to you, but some people might not do this. If you ever take a team fight near Baron and the enemy jungler dies and you won the team fight, you instantly do the Baron. You see my whole team was on the same page. Because it's like relatively high elo. And then boom, we just get Baron. Once again, they got punished for a small mistake. I wasn't doing much fancy this game, I was just farming. Now I'm level 16. Like, I'm pretty sure Echo is level 15 or level 14 or something. So now I'm just waiting. So this is an important timer, right? Enemy team was like defending mid, and both of our solo laners are pushing. So you want to wait for pressure on at least 2 lanes when you have Baron. You don't want to overextend when you only have pressure on 1 lane, because that means the enemy team can collapse on you. You want them to be pressured by 2 lanes so that they have to choose 1 lane to collapse on and 1 lane to lose. So like here I see Jace overextended top, so I just go to try to catch him. And flips me into the sleep. I'm hiding. Because I knew Echo wanted to try to one-shot me there, so I just kept running. Once I get all my stacks up, they cannot fight. Like, they can't chase me anymore. And then we just set up a nice kill for Kaisa. Yeah, let's see. I mean, there's not much else to this game. We just close it out. I'm always looking for their camps to steal. He somehow loses smite with Echo. Still just doing my camps when I can. Like, our Baron ran out. We couldn't do much with it because we just didn't do a good job of using it. And I see them. My team killed 2 people, so I know that they're fine. So they'll always be just 4v3. So I just do a few extra camps, you know. Let's see what happened here. And the enemy team is just desperate at this point. Yeah. Game should be over now. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.